Iryna Zarutska, who was stabbed multiple times on a car subway. You seen this video?
Yeah, where was the subway? Was where?
He's been silent on a night train. He stabbed multiple times by
Horrible. No, I haven't heard.
Okay.
When did this happen?
It happened in August, but the video just changed.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see the video. I'll know all about it by tomorrow morning.
As you know, I did a video about what just happened, what occurred at the Utah Valley University of Charlie Kirk, passed at the age of 31. Even though I never met him, but I have listened to his podcast and listened to the speeches that he traveled all around the world in different campuses and giving his point of views and his perspective and starting his company, Turning Point, and how a faithful Christian man that he is, he didn't deserve this. As much as a lot of people hate him and people are celebrating his death, which is utterly despicable and disgusting, he didn't deserve to die like that. But 31 years old, had his whole life ahead of him, was a family man, a father, a husband, a friend, a brother, a sister, a colleague, and he didn't deserve this. And the world is broken. The world is literally broken because they lost someone special. And as a Christian, I am angry. I am pissed off. I'm enraged. This is happening in our American soil, that someone can just do this act of violence towards this person. And I know that he's in a better place and God brought him home, but it still hurts, especially for his family and his wife and his two youngest children. And I know his legacy will live on. And I know that what happened today is not going to stop us having freedom of speech and having, speak our mind and speak what's passionate in our heart. But we're coming into society that we can't have a debate. We can't have an honest, healthy debate whether we agree with someone or not. It's utterly disgusting. It is just crazy to me that all he was doing is just having debate, having a conversation. He was full of joy, full of happiness, and he knew the risks. He knew things that, that was going to happen to him, but he didn't care. That's how fearful he was, because he was a man of God, because he knew God was with him and never forsake him. He knew that, and he did it anyway, because he knew that God had a purpose for him in his life. Age of 31, dropped out of college, started this company, and it succeeded. And he met so many people, so many politicians. He was a conservative. He had so much to bring, and I can honestly say that I could see him would have been the president of the United States, as once I was long gone, the next generation, because he had it in him. Just his compassion, his devotion, his work ethic, how he was just so passionate at everything that he said and done. And it's just a tragic loss for everyone, for this whole country, that they lost we all lost someone that was that a special person. Even though I didn't know him personally, but just what he stand for, what he was presenting, if that makes sense. And it's just heartbreaking, excuse me. It's just sad, and it's just crazy that we can't have a discussion, have a debate, whether you agree on gun violence, whether you agree, a God made a man and a woman, that, that gays, lesbians, trans, whatever, you know what I mean? He was the type of person that he likes to, what's the word? Challenge. You know what I mean? If you say something, he challenged you back with an honest answer, with an honest question. You know what I mean? Never said anything negative. Never said anything bad towards anyone. But when he speaks the truth and honesty, people get upset. They get riled up. They didn't like what he said when he comes back with an answer, and you don't like the answer that he's telling you because it's the truth what he's saying. It's not about his feelings. It's about the values and what he stands for, and especially what God is saying too. You know what I mean? Because he was a Christian man, a faithful man. And people didn't like that about him because he was telling the truth and he was being honest and authentic of himself. And people didn't like that. And like I said, you may not agree with every point of view that Charlie Kirk had to say, but you had to respect the man. You know? And I just don't understand why is it now that how this world is that now it has to go towards violence. It has to go towards that now. That we can't have freedom of speech. We can't speak our mind. And if we do, and if you don't like it, then you have to kill someone for it. It's just unthinkable. It doesn't make any sense. The world that we're living in right now. And it has to stop. It really does. An innocent man is dead. He's no longer here anymore. And everyone is grieving from this. And things will never be the same. However, his legacy will live on. And we should not be fearful because of what just happened, what just occurred. Because that's what they want us to feel, whoever shot Charlie Kirk. They want us to be fearful. They want us not to have freedom of speech. They want us to keep our mouth shut. They want us not to speak our truth in our mind. But I'm telling you this, we're not stopping. Okay? Charlie Kirk legacy will live on. Today, tomorrow, forever. Forever. So whatever you did, the shooter, and I pray that they found the shooter, you did not do anything. You did not stop this. You did not. Because this will continue on. And freedom of speech will not stop. Not now, not ever. Period. So do what you want. Because you just united us even more tenfold what you did. Because you took away a good, decent man. A good, decent man. Who did not deserve this at all. Sorry. Was so devastated. I'm beside myself that this happened. And I know that he's in a better place. I know he's in a better place right now, but it's so unfair and so not right. And especially what happened last month, a 23-year-old Ukrainian woman who flee from her country, from the war, the bombing, to come to the United States to have a better life. And her life was taken abruptly too short. Okay, a 23-year-old Iryna, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly, went to the subway in North Carolina. I think she just left from her pizzeria, a place where she worked, sat down, headphones in her ear. She had no idea what was coming next. She had no idea what was going to happen to her. And this crazy man, which he don't even deserve his name to be mentioned. I'm going to mention it if people don't know about this. Decarlos Brown Jr. Okay, who stabbed this girl to death in the neck. Okay, for no apparent reason. What was his motive? We don't know. Why did he target her? We don't know. When there was other people in the train and he didn't target anyone, but he targeted her. He killed her. Why? What was the whole purpose of it? You know what I mean? And this happened on August 22nd. Where's the outrage? Where's the media outrage? And it's I don't want to point race into it because it's not about race. It's about a human being got stabbed to death in a subway and no one didn't say anything. Everyone turned a blind eye. No one didn't even reach out to ask if she was okay or for help after she got stabbed. The girl glanced at this woman to her right, to my left, and then she fell down to the ground. No one didn't even check on her to see if she's okay. Everyone just left, except for one particular person who was all the way towards the other side of the subway. Okay, rushed towards her and to see if she was okay, but she was already found dead. No one didn't stand up and do anything. That's what just mind-boggling to me. And the reaction, I'm appalled by that. I'm appalled by the reaction of the people in the subway that they didn't do anything. They didn't check up on her. They didn't see if she was okay. What happened? One black guy, he just stood up and then went back. He didn't even try to stop, and there was blood on the ground. And then people started to notice stuff. I'm just, no compassion. This happened about like a minute and 40 seconds. Nothing. And this is the reason why we need more Daniel Penny, okay? And everyone was just so outraged of what Daniel Penny did when he was a hero by stopping a lunatic who was acting crazy in the New York subway. But everyone's so afraid because what happened to Daniel Penny, no one's not stepping up to do anything. It only took one person to do something, but no one didn't do it. That's why we need more Daniel Pennies, out there. But no one didn't do anything. And then the people had the nerve to go fund this criminal, 14 times arrested, 14 times in jail, and then the judge let him out. The judge should be accountable for this because the judge could have prevented all this 14 times. And I print out his criminal history: street gangs, trafficking of controlled substance, carjacking, bank robbery. Prior to joining other stuff that the FBI had found, he was in probation and parole in North Carolina Department of Public Safety. 14 times. And you don't believe me? Let me show you a mugshot of him. 14 times. I can't make this shit up if I wanted to. 14 times. Why did the judge release him? He has a criminal past, a criminal history, and the judge let him go. Let him go to be wandering around in the streets to hurt someone, and he eventually did. He killed a 23-year-old young girl. This is the picture of the murderer, okay? Decarlos Brown Jr. A murderer, a criminal that the judge let go. And now if the judge would have done his job, this wouldn't happen. Now, should the judge be accountable for this? Hell fucking yeah. Excuse my language. Yes, the judge should be accountable for this because the judge let him go. The judge obviously seen his rap sheet of how many multiple times he's been in jail, how many crimes he committed. I don't understand this. I don't understand our justice system. I really don't. Our justice system is a joke. It's a joke. It's laughable that they let this happen. Laughable. And look at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. Iryna. Dead. 23. Had her whole life ahead of her. She left from Ukraine. She was a Ukrainian refugee. You understand? Refugee. To come here, the United States, to build, to have an American dream, to have a better life. And this is the life our country gave her. Because our lovely judicial system let this criminal out in the middle of out in the streets, put on his picture again, and commit murder. Stab this girl in the neck, bleed out, and she is dead. Dead. I'm just astounded by this. I'm disgusted. I'm enraged, and enough is enough. I'm tired of seeing this shit all the time. I really am. This shit got to stop. It needs to end, and we need to do better because we're not doing better. This is just getting worse, and I just don't understand where the outrage. This happened last month, and now they're reporting this. Now, if the tables was turned, like what happened to Carmelo Anthony, stabbing Anthony Metcalf. Outrage. It was media storm, left and right. The media was just eating it up, putting race into it. And you see This black man, this criminal who has a rap sheet for a mile away, nothing. No media press, no nothing. It's just disgusting. I'm just disgusted. And I'm sick and tired of hearing this story after story after story after story. And nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. If it was the other way around, there would be media outlets everywhere. Everywhere. And there's not. So yes, I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm fed up because I'm tired of people are being killed for no apparent reason. Killed for no apparent reason when they're trying to live their best life. She's dead. She's 6 feet under. And then this man is alive and going to probably serve time, but he's still alive. How is that fair? Where is the justice into this? Where is the justice? You tell me. Where's the justice? Because I don't see it. I don't see it. I feel like the justice failed that girl. Failed her miserably. Okay? Also, I want to show you a clip of the people in the subway. I'm going to make it bigger for you. Look. Okay? The woman that I told you to my left, the girl who was stabbed, glanced at her. She just looked at her. Nothing. Don't check on her to see if she's all right. The man that I told you about that went after that guy, after Decarlos stabbed the girl, he went back. He didn't even try to stop this guy. Used a pocket knife and stabbed that poor girl in the neck. Just went in the subway, sat down. Like I said, headphones in her ears. She didn't even see it coming. She had no idea what was going to happen towards her. None whatsoever. Now I want to show you a video of the incident, what happened. Viewer discretion advised, but I just want you to see what happened to her. Let me just move this a little bit to the side. Sorry. I'm just... Oops, not this. There we go. There we go. Let's move it a little bigger. Okay. Now we go. Take a look. Now, as you can see, this crazy Decarlo went in his pocket to get the pocket knife and about to stab this poor girl. And she's on her phone, probably listening to music. As you can see, you see her uniform, working in a pizzeria. She had no idea what was coming. No idea. See this blood on the ground. It's just terrible. It's terrible. And no one didn't do anything. No one didn't check. It's pitiful. And you know the reaction of our American citizens is just appalling. I'm disgusted. Like I said, I don't know how anyone can just see an attack and not do anything, not say anything, and it's just crazy. And like I said, we need more Daniel Penny in our society because we just can't just lie around and then if you see something, not do anything. If I was there, I definitely if I witnessed someone collapsing on the ground, you best believe that I'm going to go and check to see if she or he is all right. Do something, but no one doesn't care because again, they don't want any lawsuits against it. But I don't care. Sue me all you want. I'm going to do the right thing. And if I have to restrain someone, I'm going to do my damn best to restrain someone so no one else didn't get hurt. But they didn't do that in that scenario, in this circumstances. Nobody did a damn thing. Okay? Nothing. Utterly disgusted by those people in the subway. Okay? Utterly. Because if it was one of their family members and they were being, you would think that they want someone to step up and do something, right? Right. Exactly. Okay? And like I said, Decarlos Brown Jr., he's 34 years old. He stabbed and killed 23-year-old Iryna with a pocket knife. He's been arrested, like I said, 14 times, and the judge should be held accountable for this because the judge let him go many times, and this all could have been prevented if they would have just put his ass in prison and locked up the key, and he would have been there for life. And none of this would happen. She would have been alive. You know what I mean? And I was watching this video on TikTok, which I want to share to you guys. I don't know his name, but he made a very excellent point, and I agree with him 100%. And I'm gonna let you guys listen to his own words, what he has to say. But he was very spot on, and I agree with him 100%. But before I show you the video, this is why our justice system is terrible. Look what happened to baby Emmanuel. Okay, Harold. His body is still not found. His remains. Okay, his two parents, well, his father killed him. But my thing is, Jake Harold, okay, did a terrible thing to his 10-month-old daughter. Okay, who's called Promise now. She had her name changed. One of the relatives took her in, and they changed her name to Promise. Beautiful name. But his daughter was 10 weeks old when he abused his daughter. Okay, now Promise, she's in a trach, feeding tube. The girl is blind. She cannot walk. She cannot talk. She's on a wheelchair. She will never be a normal girl. Okay, she will never play sports. She will never go on a prom. She will never get married because the judge let this idiot go who was a child abuser, who abused her 10-week-old daughter, which survived, which the baby was perfectly normal when she was born until he did this to her. She's going to need quality care around the clock for the rest of her life. And this is what the judge did. He gave Jake a suspended sentence, 6 months in prison, even though he had violated his daughter. Think about this. The judge, okay? 4 years of probation, but the daughter's blind, cannot walk, cannot talk, feeding tube for the rest of her life. But the judge gave him 4 years of probation, 6 months in prison. Wow. For violating your daughter, who will never be the same again. And you let this monster out and killed another kid. Who's to blame? Who's accountable? Obviously the judge, because the judge see this, and the judge just let this man go. Walk free. Gave him like chump change sentencing. That's what I call it, chump change. That's why I said our system is broken, because it seems like the judges, don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, they don't care. They don't care about the victims. They don't care about the children, because if they did, they wouldn't do this. Because if they would have done their job, what they're supposed to do, Emmanuel would have been alive. That girl from the subway would have been alive. And none of this would have happened. Everything could have been prevented. But again, judges, they seem like they're lazy and they don't want to do their job and they don't care. That's what it seemed like to me. They don't really give a flying you know what. They really don't. And it's sad, it's pathetic, and our system needs to change. It really, really do. Because I am just sick of this. I really am. I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of our justice system. I really am. Enough is enough. Something needs to give and something needs to change. Because it's just, I'm tired of innocent bystanders are getting killed for no apparent reason when they're trying to live the American dream and trying to do the right thing. You have this girl did everything right, and now it's just gone. Her life is just gone. A baby Emmanuel, 7-month-old baby, had his whole life ahead of him. Now we still can't find his body. I don't understand this. I don't understand what is happening here. What is happening? Something needs to change dramatically. And I don't know what it is, but they need to figure it out. They really do. So I'm going to show you this video of what that gentleman said. Again, forgive me, I do not know his name, but like I said, he does have a point of what happened in that subway regarding that Ukrainian girl. If I could just pull it up really quick, and I don't know what happened to it. Hold on for a second. I think I just lost it. What the heck? Oh, I'm so pissed, you guys. I'm so sorry. I think, no, I find it. Sorry. Okay, this is it. Let me just move this a little bit up. You know what, I just been like so distraught, and I'm like all over the place. Forgive me because of what I just said, what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I'm just not myself. So just bear with me, you guys. Put this together for you. Okay, just make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. So, done. Lock it in. That's it. Here we go. Ah! What did I just do? Okay, there we go. Sorry, you guys. I'm just so distraught. It's just crazy.
She has no idea that her life is about to end. I'm actually grateful that she has no clue to see it coming. That man took that girl's life, and his life continues, and hers doesn't. So now we've lost, in this country, a quality human being who is doing what they're supposed to do in society, who's trying to make it, who's trying to get by, who's trying to contribute, who's working at a pizzeria. And we lost somebody like that for someone who has created death and destruction and crime and disorder, because the white liberal movement in this country, the white progressive movement, they feel guilty for how easy they've had it, and then they feel bad for little Decarlo because he didn't have the same. It doesn't fucking matter. Fuck all these violent criminals. Take the fucking violent criminals, the last fucking 10 of them who have done shit like this, line them up on the White House lawn and throw them in a fucking wood chipper. Crime will solve itself in a motherfucking hour. But
pause. I agree with him. You know what I mean? Like, we should feel sorry for Decarlos. Why? He chose that life. He chose to be homeless. I don't know what his circumstances is. And then people are putting mental illness. No. Okay. Why he didn't kill those other people in the subway? Why particularly her? Why? So forgive me if I'm being insensitive here, but I don't care about that guy. Okay. He took a person's life for no apparent reason. Okay. He could have easily attacked other people in the subway before she even hopped into the subway. So make it make sense to me. It doesn't. So I agree with this man, okay? You need to take these criminals and burn them and just execute them. I'm sorry. I don't condone crimes. I really don't. But you know what? Enough is enough. You know what I mean? If the judge is going to let them out and they've seen their criminal past, they've seen all this 14 times. 14 times this man been arrested. You would think this man's a danger to our society. He should not be out there in the middle of the streets, middle of the, you know what I mean, wandering around and trying to hurt someone. But no, the judges are not doing their job. So I agree with this man 100%.
They won't do that because people will be upset. That girl, she's gone. She's not coming back. There's never going to see her again. Her family's never going to see her again. She didn't have a chance, bro. She's out here in a fucking pizzeria trying to make a life for herself, and we got some fucking fuck that just takes it. I'm fucking sick of it, dude. I'm sick of it. And by the way, where's the fucking marches? And where's the outrage? And where's...
Pause. I agree. Where are they? Where are they? Where are the marches? Where are the people protesting? Where are the people outraged? I'm serious. If it was the other way around, forget it. You know it and I know it, and I'm not trying to say race thing, but we all know. If it was the tables was turned, people would be outraged. My gosh, they're doing a GoFundMe for a criminal. How sick and demented people are. GoFundMe? Really? You taking your hard-earned money and you are giving money to this criminal who stabbed someone? You're just despicable and disgusting and unhinged, just like that man. And you are crazy. Crazy for people whoever's doing this, you're crazy, and I'm saying it. You're crazy, unhinged. Starting a GoFundMe. Think about it. GoFundMe for this criminal who killed someone. Cold blood. Well, you feel sorry for him? Feel sorry for him for what? He's a criminal. Hello, this is his rap sheet, the one I highlight. Let me read this again. Criminal street gangs, trafficking of controlled substance, carjacking, bank robbery, and this is the person that you want to support and give your money? Girl, boy, bye. Craziness, unhinged. I don't understand this. You're supporting criminals. Well, you should do a GoFundMe for that girl and her family. Make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. People are... Continue on.
Like, why the fuck are you guys not mad? Why are you not fucking holding the line and saying what the fuck needs to be said? The fact that you're fucking quiet is what's causing this.
Enough said, and I agree with him. I'm pissed. That's why I'm doing this. I'm pissed and I'm outraged. And again, something has to give. This is just crazy. Now you have to look over your shoulder to make sure you're not getting stabbed or killed. Like, you can't even be safe in a public, a transit subway. You can't. So wherever you go, whatever you do, make sure you look over yourself that you're not getting stabbed in the neck. Because I'm telling you, there's not going to be a Daniel Penny around because everyone's afraid to step up and do the right thing. You know, this is why I said we need more Daniel Penny. But think about this. When you go to a subway, when you go to a bus station, when you go anywhere, make sure you look over your shoulders because you just never know. An unhinged person is going to come behind you and stab you in the neck or in the throat. And that's all I'm going to say about that topic. Moving on. Now, I've been hearing this whole talk about this. This husband is getting a backlash over him defending his wife. I believe 5 women jumped his wife, and all he did was protect his wife, basically defending his wife and punching other women. Now, if it was just one-on-one, that's different, but 5 against 1, what do you expect a husband to do? And everyone is saying, well, how can this man do this? How can this man attack and beat up a bunch of women? Like, really? Get serious. Think about what you just said. You're upset about a husband defending his wife? There was 5 women jumping on her, just one. And what do you expect the husband to do? Just to look and just say, okay, you know what? Since I'm a man, I can't touch a woman, so I'm not going to hit a woman in the face, so I'm just going to let my wife get beat up. No. Now, let me just be very clear. I don't condone violence. I don't condone a man hitting a woman. However, if it's 5 against 1, you best believe your husband's going to step up and beat these women's ass. My husband would have done the same thing, and he told me. He said, babe, if you were being attacked, and if it was 5 against 1, you best believe I'm going to attack these women. And you know what? I wouldn't even care because you know what? My husband is defending me and my honor and trying to protect me. So what is wrong with that? I don't understand the backlash. I don't understand the hypocrisy because if it was the other way around, you know you would do exactly the same thing for your wife or your husband. You would not let your wife get beat up by 5 women, okay? I'm sorry. And if you're saying that you wouldn't do anything, bullshit. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to other people. And for you to come up in the internet and say, oh, you know, he shouldn't have done that. It's despicable. A man should not hit a woman. Bullshit. You would have done exactly the same thing. You know it. I know it. The whole world knows it. And everyone said it to their mother that if it was them, they would have done exactly the same thing that guy did. Point blank, period. And I agree. Okay? Like I said, I don't condone violence. I don't condone a man hitting a woman, but it's common sense. 5 against 1. What do you expect the husband to do? The husband had every right to defend his wife. Okay? So yeah, he sucker punched one of them, broke her jaw, broke her ribs, and rightfully so. No one didn't tell you to attack a woman. 5 against 1, really? If it was 1 against 1, then the husband would just grab the wife and then on their way, go home. But 5 against 1, that makes no sense. Like, please, stop it. You know what I mean? Stop the foolishness. Okay? I commend that husband. If I ever see him, I would shake his hand. Like, good for you. Every man needs to do that. If they see their wife being attacked by 5 different women or a girlfriend, you have to do what you have to do. So you're trying to tell me if your son or daughter was attacked by 5 students, you're just going to let your son or daughter get beat up? and get killed half to death? Absolutely not. You will step up and defend your child just like any parent would. Okay, so I don't want to hear the bullshit that you wouldn't do anything. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because I know if it was my child and someone tried to attack my child, I'd go to prison. Point blank. And I made it known to everyone. I'd be one of those fucking Karens, okay? Excuse my language. I'd be one of those Karens. If anyone attacked my child or my husband, okay? If someone attacked my husband, even though I'm not that big, I'm small, you best believe I would do my very damn best to hurt somebody. Okay? Point blank period. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. People say, oh, I wouldn't do anything. Oh, the man is wrong. No, the man was absolutely right. I don't know his name, but good for him. Okay? And I bet you he would do it again. And rightfully so. Any man would do that. And any man who don't defend their wife when they're trying to get jumped by 5 different women, then you're a punk. You're a punk ass bitch for not doing anything to defend your wife. Okay? That's all I have to say about that, you guys. But let me know if I went too far. Let me know, because I don't think I did in regards to the husband punching these women out, defending his wife. Okay, I really didn't. And as far as Charlie Kirk, again, my prayers and my condolences go out to the family. I pray that they will find the shooter very, very soon, and it just will not prolong the investigation like they did with Donald Trump's assassination on July 13 of last year, and many more. I just hope not. I hope there is justice. I hope they find the perpetrator. And I was just told that in Utah, there's a death penalty. So find this man and kill him quick, okay? Let's not go through the trial. Let's not go through none of that, okay? I know that you have to go through your what you call it, due process, but I don't feel like this man deserved due process. Okay, maybe do his due process. After that, eject him and let him die. I know I shouldn't say this because I'm Christian. Yeah, but he deserved to die because you can't just take a life. That's God's decision. God gives, God takes. No one doesn't have a right to take someone's life. That's God's decision at the end of the day. So I'm glad that Utah still have the death penalty there, and hopefully they find this man and lethal eject him and have him die because he deserved to die what he did to Charlie Kirk. Point blank period. And that's all I have to say about that, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. That's it on my YouTube channel. And again, please pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Again, my condolences and take care. God bless. And I love you all.